Welcome to the program. My name is Abman Kota, and you are watching the Tpn TV and Radio Network. Today, they can talk about a very real theory where a lot of political pundits don't know about that theory there. In political science, they call the passage of defeat. He also did the psychology side. The passage of defeat, we can discuss about that in relations to the politics of Sierra Leone. And as we now all know, we commentators them always around, and we can discuss about this, the passage of defeat. I want for alone understand about these things. What they go on Sierra Leone today, something where a lot of people like we will not surprised, because you know, when you get this experience on how things and they happen, you always, in fact, and that make you see a lot of people at times they can predict, you know, people that can predict what thing they happen. Now, the most important thing about this country, the United States of America, you know, they're able to analyze things them and then predict exactly what thing they happen. If you now remember, before the election, some of we been they come out and one the APC party say, if the leadership of the APC party not be careful, they not change their attitude, will they lose the election? That's not the first prediction way some of we been they make, and that time a lot of people they not been believe. For say what would they talk to some, they say man Kota what would they talk so I don't know. Whether na like or not like the party na that make una they talk so no more or waiting. We tell them say no, this is very real. Let me just put me. This is very real, you know. And the other prediction also where we put what will be the one with leadership now the APC party for say if the APC party lost the election, would they go to a civil war? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are at a stage where the symptoms already is very much prevalent to a civil war. The way the APC party they go, we did a situation wherein we have this what we call a mild civil war. It's like a bubble, you know, a mild civil war. But let me talk about the passage of defeats in terms of political science. You know, any government, any party where they in power, they lose election. That party they go what they call a passage of defeat. Waiting at the passage of defeat. The passage of defeat gets 4 stages. It's a process where the political party they go through and say now this is not dream, and a lot of time it takes some time for let we pass that stage then. That's not stage number 1, disbelief. You not believe. Some people then say, oh, but this is not dream. Not dream are the dream back. And literally, you know, a lot of people then tell me about that, say, you know what thing? Man, this is not dream, are the dream or waiting? And I've been telling them, say, no, you know, not a dream at all. Now, what we call the passage of defeats. When they defeat you, you get this symptoms where they call disbelief, where you know go believe what thing they go on, you know, and sometimes you become very brutal. You confused in a stage of confusion. We've been in at that stage there for some time. The APC party been in at that stage there for some time, and the SLPP back been go through these stages where they tell us today. So the reason what make they bring these stages here because it seems like a lot of members that they don't understand about this type of process. This is a natural process. Not only in fact APC. Not only in politics, it also in social life, you know. So I see when the stages they try for coming in, the reaction is sometimes very brutal, you know. We don't pass this stage already. Already people that don't already know say the APC party has lost the election. So we don't pass that stage there. We don't accept say as the APC party lost the election. The next stage where we data then call an blaming game. No, so this is the 3rd stage. The second stage now the first stage is defeat. The second stage is I forget the name of the stage again. Defeat, blaming game. The blaming game, now the civil war day. You know, let me see. Anger. anger. The second stage na anger. You know, when you don't pass the disbelief, oh, this na dream, the dream, this no, not real, you know, you no want for accept that. Then after it don't sink in, the second stage na them call anger. You angry on everybody, you know, whether you angry to on the party will win the election, or you angry on you party itself, the leadership of that party there. So that the second stage down the anger. Everybody angry, just angry. Sometimes some people they don't know what to make them they become angry, but then just become angry. Then they vex no more, you know, angry on the government, angry on the party leadership, you know, or angry on anything. That the stage where they, but would they move away from that stage there? Now we don't begin enter the third stage when a blame game. And how you gonna know you somebody will get their experience and they will get their you know, ideas then they about the passage of defeat. Now the reactions then way they come on. The first thing where I notice say, well, we don't pass the second stage. Now we go to the third stage, the blaming game. Now when Victor Fo come publicly, now he begin talk about the APC. And a lot of people they don't understand, say, not just a natural phenomenon where they take place when something happens, you get to go through then levels, then the reaction was very, very harsh. You know, some people then come out and begin to disparage Victor Fo, say Victor Fo na a betrayer, Victor Fo from the beginning, not a reliable somebody, Victor Fo na this, Victor Fo. Some people they even go to tribalism, say Victor Fo na Mende na somebody who they trust. You know, all them things. Some of we get their experience and they would just look with a laugh. Say, well, we've been telling that before. And this stage, I will get for go through them stages and game. The third stage, a blaming game. You know, and people then begin curse Victor Fo and threaten in family, do all kinds of things. Some of we come out and say, you know what? I think it is wrong for make we come out and begin talk bad about Victor Fo. This is a stage where we they go through. And it get to happen more. Then, you know, now something where like when you get a boil, this stage is very, very, now the most critical stage, now the passage of defeat. Very, very critical. Now the stage this way, civil war they take place. If we are not able to understand the natural phenomenon where when they go through, now the civil war they take place. You know, it's like a boil. You know, this stage now like a boil. When the boil they start from inside, you know, they will then cause small. The pressure they begin build small. From the first stage when the disbelief, now the pressure they begin to build, till the anger come in when at the second stage. The third stage, now the explosion, where they say implosion. You know, it explodes from within. Just like a boil, when it get the pressure so much, it don't big so much, the pressure don't pass mark, it bursts. And until we now allow for make that pressure they release from inside, we now they stay for long at this stage. Now this stage, the SLPP stay for long after the 2007 election. Now that make by the time when they go to the next stage, where I get for can't talk about, it was too late. And at the same mistakes with the same mistake where the SLPP do in 2007, when they reached that this stage, now they do so. You know. Now, civil war don't begin come small. Now, you get people there where they in favor of Victor Fo, where they attack the other people. Them you get people them where they in favor of. In fact, Alpha Khan come. This is not the second phenomenon. Alpha Khan, SSF come publicly and call on the APC leadership for make them resign, for make we do meaningful reform. I don't know exactly what Alpha Khan talk now put law call because I know get the audio. Where they say they record them or them video them, I not get that video there. But Alpha Khan, based on the people themselves where they attack Alpha Khan, then say Alpha Khan go to Jules there in meeting where he go hold now put lock up. Now then he go talk. Now the gathering he tell the people then say this now we brother in mama naya come out now a son of the soil. So therefore now we support him. So because of them talk, then a lot of people then feel offended. Most of the APC members then feel offended. You know, and Alpha Khan also grab, he go now the media, he go call on the current leadership for resign for make we able do meaningful reforms. You know, so a lot of people then feel offended, begin go after Alpha Khan, tell and say na two face Alpha Khan na unreliable person. The same reactions them where them put on Victor Fo. The only difference is now is Victor Fo then go to the extent then bring tribalism inside it. Well, Alpha Khan are not able to bring tribalism there because not him. So, but we no say na a natural phenomenon we will get for go through. I just want for talk to me comrade APC members, especially the one that waiting at the diaspora. It's very, very important for them to know the modern politics nowadays. If you study political science, you're not going to find anything difficult for you. There are certain things which are very, very predictable things, them, you know. But that make it very important for make you understand, you learn, you know. Experience also a very, very important thing. You know, this now phenomenon where they happen all over the world. Even here in the United States of America. The only differences between these advanced democracies and the Western society and Africa. The Western society, because of the experience we don't get, like for example in the state of, in the context of the United States democracies, they know they begin whenever the party in power lost election. They know they begin from stage one of the passage of defeat, when disbelief. Then they begin that again for go through. Then they automatically then they put themselves into the last stage, and this last stage now then called reforms. I want for them to very listen very carefully. I don't talk about the first stage when disbelief. We don't pass that stage. The APC don't pass that stage. The second stage, when anger. Now the stage where we transition now to the third stage, we're in a blaming game. And inside this blaming game, now the civil war sometimes can happen. Down they talk about down the other person they talk about down they say that because of you now that make you lost. The other person say no because of you now that make you lost, and all kind of riffraff they come inside. The last stage now when are reforms. After all the three stages then don't sink in, everybody don't do what you get for do. Then the last stage now reforms. And the most important thing, I don't say the other stages are not important to them, very, very important because you get to go through that as a natural phenomenon. You get to go through that. But the most important thing are the reforms. Now, we're not able to get hold of it because we're still stuck in this anger and blaming game, between anger and blaming game, you know. But what I want to talk to the APC folks them. The 2023 election, I go tell you, I assure you, say, we will win the 2023 election. Only, I want to emphasize that, only when we make meaningful reforms. Let me not repeat the same mistakes where the SLPP repeats. They're stuck on the third, stage too long. They're not able for fourth stage for make them start the reforms. More than remember, 2012 don't cap. There was no way again where they were able to make meaningful reform, and that make them lost the 2012 election terribly. This now a historical evidence where we all know. Let me not repeat that. Now remember the time when before the election where I've been some of we, me, Ahmed Kanu and Saliu and the other folks there, Sangari, the liberal minded people that are the APC party, who been the one who now say, if SLPP, if APC not be careful and they lost the election, una deny that. And we talk to una saying the same thing where we've been to see the SLPP do in 2005. That the same thing the SLPP they go through. Let we stop that, let we change we attitude, una deny that, una not care because una still get that mentality for say, you know what, the people then are stupid people them, anything we tell them then they agree. Yeah, some of them, yes, not true. But they're not stupid, you know. That's happened. We see what's not the results, we come out to be true. And now, okay, I go, Bani, they try for call me. All right, Bani, I go put you in. All right, so, you see, what will they try for talk about? Now, we don't begin back for tell now. So see, we didn't at the third stage, and this stage is very, very critical for the next election. We supposed to win the next election or not, this stage now get for determine that. I want for one me comrade them for say, especially the one that way in the diaspora, the APC members in the diaspora. I understand same. The APC member that waiting at the diaspora are now becoming the problem for the APC party. We waiting at the diaspora, we supposed to look at, we learn from the modern democracy, where would they enjoy now, would they live with them modern democracies and we try to implement them things and they now we own politics. Now we know the problem right now for the APC party. And if we not be careful, now we they eat down the APC party. If we not remember, this past election, yes, we contributed greatly because some of we not able to talk the truth, or even if we talk the truth, they're not listening. But mostly now the people that wait in a salon, now they destroying the chances of APC for win this past election. And now we when an APC member then at the diaspora, now we become a problem for make reforms happen. Why? Now we are the people that wait 24 hours na social media. They tell people that they say let them go na street for go fets. Anybody within the APC party where they come and talk the truth. Now we are the people that way they turn with weapons them against them people, then they would cause them, would talk all kind of bad things about them people, then they. And ladies and gentlemen, modern democracy is not about physical. Now you aid, now you get for use, you brain, you sense of reasoning. Now in the win election. So for people that way believe say Togri, now the best way for win election, probably them people then still live now the 70s. Or even the 80s. Today, now you brain. How you go able to analyze things, how you go able to predict people them the way then they behave, now in they make you become a better person. And I dey want me brothers and sisters them for say, if we not give chance for make reforms come in, we still stuck on the second and third stage, when anger and blaming. We are going to lose the 2023 elections. If you want, you believe what they talk. If you want, not believe. But just like what you've been predicted for now, before it come out to be true, that the same thing. Thank God, the reason what they put this now with TV, because you get a trace, or that with radio, you get a trace. You just go online, you go back, you go review this. This not on social media like WhatsApp where you phone full up, you get for delete all, so you lose all them here. But this one, it go there forever. So I want for now keep this. This now a public admonishment where they admonish me comrade at the APC, the diaspora. For say we will be the worst people them for the reforms the way they go on, because now we they tell people then say let them fight anybody we come for say where they call say well we need reforms. Now we are the people the way they go attack them people then they. There are some people like we so we come on political families them, chieftaincy families them. If you attack me, now no matter to me, I know they feel and too much, but there are people where they're not used to attack. So then come people and they sometimes then they afraid for come out for say something. Sometimes that thing and the way they get the ideas where they get is very, very beneficial to we own party. But because then they say, I no can talk something just now, people begin attack me, they know they say that thing and they now an impediment. Now an impediment to the success of the APC party. Togri no dey work na modern politics. Barbarism no dey work na modern politics. Now maturity, sense of reasoning, and wise na in the work na modern politics. If you depend on people them where they go na social media and say let go burn this place, let go burn this person, let go attack this person, that the best solution. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. We are in for another 5 years after Mother Bio in first term. I don't want you to make you believe me. And I'm not saying this for you for make you believe me. It left to you whether what I say it makes sense based on historical, evidence where I don't prove to you for say yes. We've been telling about this before. Una disagree with some of una be the call we say we na also APC enough, and una ignore that. Then it come out to be true. Now we are telling you this as the APC party. If we talk on the third stage of the passage of defeat, we are going to lose the election, because the most important thing right now where the APC gets want now for reform. Genuine, I not say cosmetic reforms. They won't like way they bring that person there, you they on that for now they call the shot. Not so the reforms and they we need. If not the reforms and the way people them with leadership they want for bring come, we are going to lose the next election. You agree with me? If fine. You not agree with me? If fine. But this Namion statements, public statements today for the APC party, because I like the APC party, but we are going in the wrong direction. We are moving away from the politics where we able to put we together, where we able to make we better party. We are moving away from that. And until people then begin understand that, and people able for accept that, say, some of we, where they are the APC, we don't get nothing where we get against the APC. We are members, we are the genuine members of the APC party. Because now we get the mind for come out publicly or privately and tell with people, with leadership say, this is wrong, this is how we're supposed to do it. That's Namio's statement for the APC party. And at the time, one thing, there are more people they come from the leadership, because that's not the phenomenon, not the process, not the process of the passage of defeats. It get for happen, implosion. Now some of the terminology down and then they implode from within. Get for go out. When I hear waiting Petito been talk now London, he says come out, and there are more people where murmuring. When the boy don't rap so much, there will be no way for murmuring again. Then people then they come out and talk. And if we not try for understand, now we they cause the civil war for make it be worse, or we we minimize the civil war. Give chance to people that let them say what they want for say. As long as it get for do with PC party information, they are all members. Not say because somebody you been to tell and say this not angel, like when I been to tell Victor Fo and I can't say angel. We need to reform the APC party. Oh, this not Satan, this not devil. All of us don't turn the angel to Satan. I don't know. That's an office saying the best solution now and it exacerbates with the mild civil war where they go on within the APC party. It exacerbates that, and there is need for let we all understand that same. We are responsible. We within the diaspora, we are responsible for anything we get for happen at that party. I know some of them are very desperate. When I want let the APC all of a sudden come back na power. And I also desperate for make the APC party come back na power. Because I believe in the APC. But there must be some processes we will get for go through. Sincerity is one of the methods we will get for apply. And freedom of speech of individual. When you restrict the freedom of speech of individual, you're not going to know what somebody think. So if you don't know what somebody think, you begin guess. Now they confusion they come. Now they misunderstanding they come. So it is very, very important if we call ourselves Democrats, if we call ourselves liberally minded people them, for make we allow people them, for make them say waiting in their mind. All what we get for do for make sure say we guide them so that what they say make it not be a destructive element to we party. But for call for say let the APC leadership, the current leadership, APC leadership resign for make we get meaningful reforms. I don't feel say not any bad thing. So why people then begin to cause Alpha Khan? Why? Tell me. So there is no way again when somebody they come for call for reforms. Well, me when I look me na Abuman Kota, me na the PRO for the APC USA, but I they call for genuine reforms And when I don't know, say, don't say, well, at the call for genuine reforms at the APC party, because that's not the only way we go make the APC party come back in power. Not to that toggery business for go and we do clean, you go in have social media for go call people there, for let them go burn institutions, there, let them go kill people, there, let them go do this, let them go do that. Those things are childish stuff, them. You know, get nothing to do with reforms. You know, get nothing to do with the success of the APC party. And in fact, they help the SLPP party. Because the SLPP party want for portray for say we have barbarians, we have violent people them. And it's very easy for a lot of people that then believe say yes, APC is a violent people because we get the history. If we try for erase that history, the last thing we will get for do again for accept them people then they within William party for say, oh no, you know now them people then they fight for the party. No, they are not fighting for the party. They are not. They are destroying the APC party. And that has to be told to a lot of people and let them know say these people are not fighting for the party. They are fighting for make them, you know, become fame in bad things them. They say, oh, Mr. You know, you read Mr. What they call now he don't talk so thing. And so most of the time, most of them things and they were the people that they talk now fake things them. And they just they sit down where they clean. He want for make the hearing invoice. He can't talk fake thing them. If they don't tell you say 8,000, 1,000 I mean man and they don't tender their resignation. Well, the country get 3.5 less than 3,500 I mean man right now. Now we get after the civil war, the British defib, then try for streamline with a military to 3,000, I think 3,300 to 3,500 personnel. So if 1,000 people them, I mean man they don't resign, if not true, then I 1/3. Why only you now you know about this? 1,000, you don't say 2, 3, you say 1,000 people them. I mean, man, don't send that their resignation. These are all fake things. These are all the confusion. They distract me from what we supposed for the party. You know, they work. It's not going to work. And the APC, the SLPP party, then they laugh. You know, then they glad and they dance on that because they know say these are wrong method. That's my own point today. Let me bring in me commentators then. Let's start with Mr. Americano. Mr. Americano, go ahead.
Well, I want to say good day to everybody who listen to it. The thing they react Mankuta.
Huh?
Are they feel the voice they react?
You didn't speaker?
No, I'm not kidding.
Huh? Well, I know. When are you ready?
La carry on.
Okay. I mean, me know the here now.
Okay. Well, first and foremost, your analysis is on the point. I want for buttress most of your analysis we make today on the topic of the passage of defeat. Where we the experience now the APC politics today. First and foremost, the reason why I go buttress some of your analysis, look at the passage defeat. Some of the components of get for do with self-denial, where we the experience right now. And you know, say self-denial in psychology and sociology can lead to anxiety. And we get a lot of our members that were in anxiety based on the loss or we don't lose the elections of 2018. And again, out of this passage of defeat, you mentioned the blaming game, which is true because just like picking them way, then they fight or then they do something way silly. When you try for points to the one-way start, they point to another company. Say, it is you. So unless you the adult, now you they know what you for do. So that they will try to do the right thing. And the other element of what they talk, now the fear of change, where we get right now na the APC, where they affect the reforms the way some people at the beginning, they were very, very loud about the reforms. Now they see some people, they walk away. And now I just sent one posting this morning. I don't know if you read them, on APC Catch 22.
Oh, yeah, I read them, yeah.
Okay. That is what I am trying to perpetrate to my comrades, that we have 3 challenges where we get for facing at the APC, and those are realities. That's my opinion, and it is an opinion that I believe I no go brag, say authentic, but it is real. Now, we need reforms. Some people, they need reforms. Now, if we need reforms, do we need a new leadership, new dimensions, new strategies, and concentrate on 2003 so that we go succeed and gain back the government? That's one challenge we'll face to get for make we choice. The second one where I mentioned at that posting there is that some people don't like the reforms because of the way things were good for them.
Yep.
And it don't matter where the party lose and the people that will not benefit. That is the Tolombo status quo, where they don't want to let the selection process go away. They just want to let things they stay the same. And those are the ones I'm referring to as those are the fear of change. Where if they will change, we get reforms, what thing will happen to them. Then, of course, the other one of all the while you get what we know as the narcissist behavior. The narcissist behavior, where some of we members they don't put up, then they reject everything that matters to other people as long as it matters to them, and that is the good things where they affect the majority, only them. Those are the narcissists in the party. They kind of devalue the common member of the party. That is the average member like Abu Mankota, Ahmed Kanu, and you name them. We have several of us are there. When we say something, then they should see we as social conformists, where would they try for be disloyal to the party. So when you put all them things together, like what you would refer to today as the passage of defeat, we no one for come for say what we go get for do so that we not go be sluggish and we not go do things in a very staggered way, we go set we back. What are the new tactics where we go apply instead of concentrating on the commission of inquiry? Well, not to all members of the APC party, the commission of inquiry get for effect. The commission of inquiry, they set them and they call people the way they feel say they need for talk to. They need for inquire what they do during the leadership tenure. And not to everybody in the APC. So if I told that inquiry, they don't set them, people they don't talk, say the inquiry gets for be very fair. They get for be unbiased. So it means if they call APC person, he call SLPP person day, where they no say he be involved by anything we corrupt, that SLPP person day, he get for come. This thing still the matter you know about and you're aware of them, and you know say now the only way the commission will be successful. We not go create any chaos or turmoil in the country. He knows that. So we therefore give chance if we know they get a fear of change and anxiety, let we see what the commission of inquiry could do. But as soon as they say commission of inquiry and call one of the people there, we don't become some of the people that we not able to understand what it mean if another war come to the country. You know, then just they incite them for go stand against the law. You know, the rule of law.
And that's
anything
that's
come out, then begin shoot somebody. Like we were in the diaspora, we do clean, you go work. You come on work, you can host. You do eat fine, you sleep fine, you get your car where they drive. And some people, they don't care about them people there, Sierra Leone anyway. They don't get anything there. Some people they now don't get anything in Sierra Leone. They have no assets there. They don't care about their people. Nothing. They are just here for the sake of being here. They surviving. That's all that matters to them.
Okay.
You see.
Well, let me conclude. Let me bring in another person.
Yeah. So this nami own perspective in terms of this passage of defeat where they talked about. We just get for mobilize. We see what we can do positively. For make we go solidify the party. Make the changes when necessary. Then we win back elections, and that's all. That's all into it.
All right. Let me bring Mr. Cabo. Mr. Cabo, looking at this particular processes where political science students then get what they call passage of defeats. Well, not of political science, no, this is not psychology more. How people then go through grief. And then stages then they like we then call so in the context of politics, the stages then they and we don't reach now the third stage now. We're now the blaming game. We don't done the first and second. Now we're at the third stage and we still decide for enter the third stage. You think say if APC party able for pass through the stage here without explosion, a full blown civil war, we get the chance for do a lot of effort na the next election, right? Or no?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Mankota, for bringing me into this discussion. First, I want to congratulate you. I give you a special congratulations because you actually hitting the nail on the point. On the head. And I think in this medium, we've said that before, that many of us, just like you said, we don't talk and say, APC Nigeria for prosecute itself in all accounts. And we see that they are coming. And they are going to come more. The explosion of it, the final stage it's going to be brutal. Yeah. And based on the fact that you bring in psychology and other aspects of effect, it is necessary. So at this point in time, but I think it is too late because when you guys when APC was undergoing the various stages, now that you said they are under the third or fourth stage, there were no control measures put in place. And everything was just taken care of itself. Mm-hmm. And those of you, for people like you and the other educated people, more so in Africa, in Sierra Leone, and especially those people who they don't hold their position, then this topic we bring today, they don't know about Amo. They don't know the stages of that. This is what you guys were going through. And that is what we expect people that within America for the past to people in Africa. The right statement, not to turn to terrorists. Because what is going on right now is I hope Malabio will soon declare other people that are the APC as terrorists and that the world will be looking at them. Because when you say thuggery, that was in those days. Now, when you do thuggery, you are a terrorist. And the semblance of terrorists, the very similitudes are there. They are clear that APC is breeding terrorists. And a lot of them very soon, I believe the government of Malabio will declare them as wanted, and they fall into the terrorist list for Sierra Leone. And they are, because of the comments they are making. Now, what I'm saying is that this narrative will be the expect for put into some, understanding of the people of Sierra Leone. But because APC was created under deceit and brutality, that is to say, they still go with the old rhetoric. Man's might was his right. That was in the 200-300 years ago, when you power nine are you right. And now, when you do that, they tell you say no. So APC has a big problem, because bringing these theories and all these reforms, unfortunately, it falls under psychiatry. Unfortunately, we don't have psychiatrists in Sierra Leone who are qualified to treat this kind of syndrome. So,
I don't think we
you guys,
actually.
And you guys are looking forward to incorporate those kind of facilities. If we are able to get psychiatrists, then psychologists, then people with all those kind of theories for going as alone, for go create that reform, because a lot of them fit to be in the mental home right now, because it has destroyed their way of life and thinking. So I just appreciate what you bring in, and that these are the positive things that we expected, and probably also this kind of passage of defeat. Probably the people they went too far, and so much that it cannot be controlled. You just mentioned the United States, then they go to the last stage, that is the reform stage.
Yeah.
So then it becomes easier, because there was already a belief acceptance that they are defeated. The anger was subdued, and other parts of your theory were subdued already. The next thing is defeat. The next thing is reform. So that is very easy.
Yeah. Well, the reason,
but in this case, in the process of disbelief, people have destroyed themselves already in the process of disbelief.
Yeah. Now
at the initial stage. They've already destroyed the priority or the importance of reform. And I'm telling you that some of those stages, they will never be corrected, and reform will never take place amongst those people.
Well, the thing is, we're not a young democracy. When Pekin just born, they try to grow up. There are so many mistakes. There are so many things that they learn. This is not land with the land. Democracy is not land with the land. And that make it very important. We always have to put on the diaspora. Then we don't live in advanced societies here. We don't go through them stages here. America, I believe, say then they go through them stages here where they just start the democracy. So now land with the land, that make we get for go all the way from the first stage, and sometimes that first stage they will take a long time. Just imagine from the time when we actually, because now the first time this SLPP do the same thing actually. Now people they not be understand more for seeing them kind phenomena then they go through until today where I actually try for brain camp to we own party let them aware for say these are natural phenomenon. But the advanced societies, then they already don't know, say, okay, there are institutions that will protect them, they do everything, so they're not so much worried about first, second, and third stage. So when something happens, and just they go sit down and say, okay, what did we do wrong? How can we correct that? That's the last stage when our reforms. That's the reason now. But we now will not get any, strong institutions the way they protect, where they make, say, will not they feel. All the third stages then we'll just go and that make we go through that, and we get to go through that until we within the diaspora we understand, begin teach people them for make them aware. Probably it will be very difficult. I agree with you. There are people who get right now mental problems because of this election will happen, because the way they mean thing happen. So and it can be say so many things. I tell you some of the people then way. Me not a doctor, and I know they can't diagnose anybody, but the behavior of certain people, them, normal. You know that. Normal at all.
So that's the unfortunate side of it. So they're going to die with that. Conditions to be treated. So that's their own priority. We don't, especially those people people who claim to be in the United States, when be say there's some people understand anything then for no say when somebody is full of denial, it's a problem already. He already belonging to the different forms of disability. If you are full of denial and you are too angry so much, there's already a form of disability. Then when you go anywhere, then they tell you, say, no, something is not right. In America, they definitely tell you something is not right. We have to find out. So what they do, they bring these different people. They bring social workers. They bring all kinds of people that will help you. But unfortunately, we don't have those in Africa. So you guys get to die with that, and get for deal with you. But it's good, Mr. Amankota. Now the right thing you do, and these are the things we expect for making you go to send in the country, and for make them they listen. And let them stop for listening to them terrorists today, because these are acts of terrorism. And I don't know why Madabio takes so long to declare some of these people are terrorists.
Well, I not think say they reached to the stage of terrorism. Now, it's still there within the context of freedom of speech. I know sometimes some people then they go to the edge of freedom of speech, but I don't see them. It don't reach to the stage where we government, because you see when president has something very, very dangerous, and that make you therefore be very careful. When you set a precedent, as a leader of a country, you set a precedent, a lot of people then they can use them for either in good way or in bad way. You don't know what thing ever happen. So they just go declare some people then as terrorists. Very difficult, because the potential for let somebody come back and misuse the same thing against young people them. Now that make it very difficult for making that. But now we go to David. David, go ahead.
Yes, thank you very much, and thank the speaker, the all way down speaker. And second of all, let's go back to the begin from the terrorism side of addressing the SLPP, and I mean the APC. I don't think to say, I understand your other brother, and I like when they come against me, because I don't believe the APC and the practice any terrorism act. I don't believe I disagree. Because if we go back to the record and we look after the elections, you will realize that most of the incidents that will happen within this term is caused by the SLPP supporters and others. And then
there he go again. That's another APC guy. There he goes.
Yes, but that's the fact, because the reason why not the fact, if you can give me any evidence after the election with all the incidents that would happen, those are APC people, they don't kill or they don't do any such, then that's how we can discuss that. But so far, there's no record of that. All of the record is coming from the opposition side, from the ruling party side. So the word terrorism, I don't believe, it falls in the category of the APC right now. And second of all, the last time I speak, I say to you now, I say what the APC they do right now, I know they fault them. Then they use the law of the land, which is beneficiary to everybody. SLPP didn't get the opportunity. They did not do it. So all of that we get for look into them as they continue the process. This democracy will try for practice. So that way we all been at APC or SLPP people, they will do. We will come together like what they get in discussion. Yeah? We figure ways out how we will educate young people, and because the problem of the development of Sierra Leone lies now we are within the diaspora.
That's correct.
I can bet you.
That's
most
correct.
of them people living in Sierra Leone, even though they fly, come back and forth, some of them in America, that are remote area some they won't go back home. There's still no exposure to where they want with government and with country. So they are not creative. If they watch one film now, then they go after castigate them people know they speak their fancy English politically. That the platform. Why they go speak continuous English and big words to Sierra Leoneans, they don't even understand the language self. In this country, the way you look at the leadership of them country, they see none of them they speak their fancy English them. You see what I'm saying? So it tell you say the players that they represent they all are fake. So now we responsibility. How do we energize the basis of Sierra Leone for developed free country? That question we ask ourselves. Now, the APC now we talk about reform. That reform it will only be done with genuine APC in the diaspora. If you wait for say the reform will be done with the people in Sierra Leone, not possible, because the backwardness and the mentality, what they don't understand, it's not easy, my brother. You see, when you talk about Alpha Khan, the last time he said support Pixofo of in comments and say it's okay. But when you go back, you see the reason, their comments were not okay. Honestly, politically, it was not okay. Alpha Khan and Victor Fo, it's not okay. You know why it's not okay? Organization and society. Victor Fo he gets the opportunity. Alpha Khan got the opportunity when APC was falling and doing wrong to step up as a real statesman and a politician. We represent the party and representing people say, I'm not going to do this. This is not right. So like a day like today, we're going to clap for them as an hero. But not when all the chips don't fall apart. Then now everybody they fend face. Then man they can't consult. The president's been doing this, the party been doing this. You know, when we get to sit back and think, say, no, we cannot take that. Because you know why? The future of the political agenda, in all lies, na me and Yohano, now we get for be the mentors. You see them small picking them, 18, 15. They want them in the power broker of the politics of tomorrow, of 2023. So Alpha Kano, Victor Fo, and Pepito, and the rest of the crew, they are all non and void. Look at the whole persona of them. What is in jail? Nothing. So how do we reform? Now the question that we ask them. So man in America, then they give longer speech. Politics is not about longer speech anymore in the third world country. Now to go down to the grassroots and educate to people and educate them in a simple way for love, for peace, for engage, and how you support the party. That is waiting the reform of the APC will get for need moving forward. You understand, eh? So the diasporans then, they have a major role to play. A major role to play that they have to be genuine. Because we have been into this. We have seen how the diaspora of the APC per se, they engage and used to engage to the politicians them in Sierra Leone. A question I'm going to ask you, how you going to do the diaspora now? Man come on in Sierra Leone, backward state like that, and then they dictate to you that it's because you take him money, you get back. That's a major problem. I saw it into the SLPP APC organization. That's a major problem. Then you not get no voice. You not sit down, you not say one thing as these fellows then come, maybe 2-3 people say this is my cousin, this is my party, this is my brother, and begin to follow them politician at the end. But you know, man, you live better than that politician if you check yourself out properly. But why don't you sit to the politician to build up your party and say, listen, man, you just cannot do that. It's not going to happen. Until the diaspora, then both SLPP and APC started to sit down, confront the leadership of the organization, and the reform not get for big issue now. And waiting to get for happen. We are not going home. We are here. So you went to go home and you didn't at this country to talk about politics. It's waste of the people's time. You either want to be participant, or you don't want to, or you just want to be forcing no more the clap and collect and people learn. So me, I go left and this way for us for now. Let we just brainstorm and then we all move this forward. But I believe so we go for pray and talk about unity from the most higher. His Excellency the President of today is not doing justice to the people of the country. I'll tell you that, my brother. I know one of the reasons why. What does it take, Madabiu, to go to the public and say, listen, my brothers and sisters, I've seen what people are saying. We are all the same, publicly. What does it take to Madabiu himself, regardless he's going after the commission of inquiry, if he wants stability in a country, as a serious leader, what does it take for him to go and get all of those other politicians at the opposite side? Say, let's come, let's celebrate. I know we have an issue, but you are not my enemy. That's how great leaders behave. What does it take? So we have to be in this country. I'm not against you. And I also listen to one of the things where he say, even though I've been go against, I say we're not putting in a jail, one pull the money in a hand. I understand that. Before me saying they go against, I say put in a jail. But I understand. If they try to pull money as much as he can, that's fine. But at the same time, what does it take for him to step up to the people of the country and embrace them and say, listen, we cannot do this. We got to make this country, both of you, by force, we go do it. They allow way they may look at and I'll leave it at this.
The thing here is, I think there are so many, moving targets in this discussion where I believe, say, at the end of the day, like what he talks to, and the same thing where I talk before you come in, we are responsible. Then say, to whom much is given, much is expected. But that one they may be living. You know,
exactly.
We the talk say we live in a society, we very, very civilized society with advanced democracies them. And when we turn back to a country, instead of we use what we learn from this country, now we are the people the way they destroy that country there with we rhetorical statement them and so many things that what they do not correct. The diaspora is a mess And until we realize that, say, there are certain people, now the diaspora, on both sides of the aisle, whether na SLPP, APC, until we realize, say, these people are not actually helping the country or helping the young parties themselves, it's going to be very difficult for make we able for reform that country there, for make we go, we develop. That's not the problem. That's not the bottom line is, you know, if we not if we behave bad past the one the way they are now, and until they talk about the people the way they are them backward. I actually want to agree with you for say the people the way they are them backward. They're not backward. The problem we then get is the people the way they are because of the poverty and the kind of culture we will get. It's so much that, you know, corruption is a very, very big disease. So I tell you one thing, corruption, it gets so many symptoms then. So many symptoms. When somebody is corrupt, you know, they see fine, you know, they think fine, and you know, they behave fine. You know, that one thing and one thing only, greed. It's always about himself. It's always about himself. But we get people that are Sierra Leone where actually they think very well. But because of poverty and the culture where they take, now we are the people that way they take, they, you know, how they call them, celebrate corruption. Now that make it very important. It's very, very difficult. Yes, in as much as we want to make sure, say, Madam, you do the right thing. Make you not take the Commission of Inquiry for use them as a yardstick for beat the APC party politically. But we are all in favor of fighting corruption because that's not an impediment to the development of that country. There is nothing where we're able to stop Saloon from making all of develop the way other neighboring countries they develop now. Not only corruption they stop with. Corruption. When they put 2 million loans for a project, the minister take 500,000, the permanent secretary take 500,000, and the secretary take 100,000. By the time when that money they would concern 500,000, 90 for the projects, it's not enough. And then people that they back, the one they when they give them contracts, they say they get for pay then contractors them. And probably then people then they again also get for pay their ministers there, because if I give contracts according to the natural science of corruption, you get for give me something in return. So next time the other contract they cap. That's what them people that then they take get money. So you see, corruption now the main disease where they stop we from becoming a developed nation. And if any government will genuinely come out and talk about corruption, I go tell them one thing. Me, I support that person. It doesn't matter whether na SLPP or APC I support them, because it's not about me. I am doing very well here in the United States of America. No matter how hard it be for winner, we better pass the one the wedding as alone, because at least you get 24 hours light. Except you don't get papers, and even if you don't get papers, you get good job. You get 24 hours light, you get 24 hours water, and good medicine then day if you sick. So waiting they make you, you know, be able to look at your country. So you know waiting, let we fight this disease here where they make we corruption. We now most of we now probably we all now victims of corruption. Now corruption make we kind of this country. From all me born and no one they go any side. Now because of corruption and but me parts don't, I think all of it try for call me that. All right, I will call you back. I'll call you right back. I think it go off. You see, so these are some of the things where we talk about. When we therefore sacrifice, we waiting at this country, waiting at the diaspora, we get enough for at least able for take care of ourselves. While we become corrupt again when it comes to politics of the country. Why? Why do we have to be corrupt? Well, I don't know, but this is very, very bad. Bad for, you know, the future of Salon. I mean, I expect say that it don't have the diaspora at their hand, because now we get all the technologies the way they make a country develop. But if we went around, we understand we're supposed to do the best thing. Now we can pass the one that Mr. Gabo, mute your phone. Yeah, sorry. So
yeah, Mr.
No, I think something happened. I think maybe you don't want to have in a line.
No. Okay. Everybody did.
Oh, Mr. Kanu, now man, let's wait out. They do something.
Okay. So that's now they try for talk about.
Hopefully.
We within the diaspora, we are very, very crucial for the development of the country. But the way they see we they exhibit weird, behavior, man, may God help you now.
I think there's a problem.
Go ahead, Ahmed Kanu.
Hello, Mangata?
Yeah, go ahead.
Are we there?
Yeah, we did it, but you know,
not lose none of us. Now we lose them.
Wanna lose me? Wanna hear me?
Call on the other line.
Can you take this phone? Because she keep calling me.
Wanna hear me?
He called you back?
Uh-oh. I don't know what's in the going on, but me they hear me. I think so. I know they hear me. And me mic okay. Okay. Me mic okay, but let me turn una off and bring una back. Una hold on. I don't know what you go on. I mean they hear me now, but Alex on they hear me. I mean they talk no more. Huh? Let's see. I did try for calling my back.
Please leave your message for 646.
Yeah. What they hearing me?
Yeah, they hear you now.
Okay.
Yeah, they hear you.
I don't know what's happening. Let me put this guy off first. Be they hearing you now, but Alex will not be hearing me.
No, we'll not be there. We'll be doing that line. Well, 3, but you'll not be there.
Maybe not.
Please leave your message for 646.
I don't know if Mr. Kanu and the other guy then didn't align.
Yeah.
No, yeah, me they in a line.
Kanu they in a line. David 90 try for call me back, but as they call me, they call him. So hopefully, we'll call me again. If wait, okay, don't come in.
Yes, sir.
Okay, sorry guys. At Alex in the network, me they hear you now, but where they talk, I don't know they hear me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. So like I've been trying to talk about within the diaspora. Like I say, the future of Sierra Leone, we within the diaspora, and we get all the opportunity for make we able to change that country the way we want for change them. Number one, when it already expect say somebody they come out from salon for can bribe we for make it we support her for corrupt. We get everything. We get light 24 hours, we get water 24 hours, we get good medicine then, good hospital then, we get good jobs then. All even if you not get a job, if you get paper, you go file for unemployment benefit, they feed you. There are opportunities they're not in Sierra Leone. So we get everything what we need. But it seems to me still now we are the worst people than so far. And this politics are where we they play in Sierra Leone. We worst. Would they celebrate corruption? And that is very, very bad. If we're not able to change that country to the better, tell me exactly what I get for change up. Now the one way in a salon where they struggle for eat a day, forget in food where they eat. Sometimes some of them where the majority of them now 110 they eat per day, because they don't get enough for eat 2 times a day. Where you see sometimes they eat santem. Where you don't eat santem past the other santem now they eat. So you can understand their own predicament, you understand. But where they are, where we get everything, we they live very happily. Well, even if we not they live very happily, but at least 1,000 times better than the one they in a salon. Why would they try for look at some of them problems that would happen at salon? Corruption. If somebody corrupts, let me talk about whether na me mama, na me daddy, na me sister, or na any of me family. If he corrupts one, no say it affect the society. Not tolerate them, not say because this na me brother, so anything way he do at the corrupter. If na me party corrupt, let me talk and say we party it corrupts. Let me change. Like what is some of who be do during the time we be in the power. A lot of people in the military we say we too rebellious. Well, it was true. You know, now the same thing with the SLPP. You know, the SLPP folks need to understand, say, no, they not power. Then get the opportunity for change the lives of that people then they that country they better. Because now we are the.
If I can chip it, Marco, let me ask you a question.
Go ahead.
So going forward, is it a crime for the president of today to engage in people name for a little bit of stability than the animosity?
Well,
and we got to begin somewhere, and we have to address those two. A little bit of this conflict. It's not time for a proper leader from Sierra Leone go forward, because as much as Sierra Leoneans and we, black man, they will get so much problem. Everybody want to be the boss. Everybody now is be all thing down this. And that would major problem, my brother. But if the president gets up tomorrow morning and reach out to the other side of the aisle and then try to embrace people, and trust me, you will see the difference in our country like with the blossom.
David, I'm not gonna lie to you, President. Mada self contributed to the problems the way they go in Salon. I know we have to be sincere. You understand? And when he come to power, and as expected, he said, to a president of a political party or a tribe or a region, he is the president of Sierra Leone. You understand? And if you are the president of Sierra Leone, number one, I know say it's very difficult for fight corruption as Salon, because it don't get roots as Salon. So corruption they fight back. I understand that. Now that makes some of we always they try for tell and say, okay, do it this way, don't do it this way. But you are also responsible. Let President Bio order the arrest and arraignment of somebody will go stab somebody. He said he set an example. If he set that example there, it not go ever happen again. Salomon now somebody will very, very coward. Now example you need for set. We set one example, everybody don't afraid. So
remember very soon now Sierra Leone, not for that example they said Secretary said when the man be going kill people, they kill 2-3 of them, hang them. You don't know when last they kill person in Salon before the war.
Exactly. So maybe you need for set up an example for make sure say those people who think say they get free license for go and attack other people them because they know they think the same way. Now your responsibility that one day for do them. And it go only do them if you're willing for lead this country to peace. Remember, Tijan Kabab now end on the war and it stabilized the country. And as Skroma come, the peace still whole. Well, it's a subject responsibility for continue for make the peace whole. That's not your responsibility one day. So, but now we go to American. American, go ahead.
Well, Mankota, from what you know, I listen to Mr. Sabu, the analysis that the APC